What's up everybody? It's America's favorite kind of video, guys sitting in front of a camera, talking. So in the garage lineup video I just posted, I noticed folks asking the same question over and over, and whenever I see that, I know that I haven't done a good job at filling you guys in, so I thought I'd pop in here and do that right now. First off, I just want to thank you guys for the extremely warm welcome back. Even on that community picture I posted of me doing yard work in the Cletus hat, you guys had so many awesome supportive comments on there, which by the way, YouTube held over 100 comments for review for whatever reason, even though I have my comments set to show everything no matter what. So who knows, just YouTube being YouTube, I guess. Anywho, thank you so much for this. It's extremely humbling and I appreciate it. I really don't prefer to disappear from you guys for long stretches of time on YouTube, but this channel reflects my car hobby, and when I have time to work on cars and come out here, I do it and I film it. And when I don't have time, when life's too busy, I don't. So that's kind of where I've been the last 6 months. Maybe with this whole worldwide pandemic thing going on, I could get some quality quarantine garage time in and share that with you guys. I just can't tell you how glad I am to have you guys hanging in there and being so supportive and motivating.
Okay, on to the questions.
The first question I saw over and over was, dude, what happened to the Grand National? Well, I sold the Grand National back in 2015, and the reason I sold it was to build this car, Project Thunderbolt. So years ago, I listed it on eBay and sold it to a guy out west who I believe fixed it up and did a lot of the things that I hoped to do to it, so it went to a good home. So my old Grand National was a good car. It was a Florida car, so rust-free. It was in good shape, but it did need a total exterior restoration. The paint was fine, but when you got up close, it had lots of flaws and age in it. So I started to go down the path of, getting estimates and things to get it painted. But man, once I got some estimates, I wanted like a show quality black paint job, and adding up all the costs of all the rubber seals around the doors and the T-tops and all that stuff that needed replaced. I mean, it was just going to be an unbelievable project as far as time and cost went. So I just couldn't justify it, and I wanted to build Thunderbolt here, so it had to go. But I do miss it dearly, and I've always got my eyes open for another good Grand National deal, although they are getting harder to find. So the next question is, what happened to the Galant VR-4? Well, I sold that one too. I sold it in March of 2018. I listed it on the Galant VR-4 forums, and it sold right away on there. I believe it went up north to New Jersey. Really cool guy bought it, and he did some good stuff to it. I'll talk about that in a minute. So the reason I sold the old Galant was I had two four-door performance sedans sitting in the garage. I had the Galant and my 2008 Lexus ISF. And I just noticed that I was choosing to drive the ISF much more. I had kids, and I was hauling around the kids in it. It was just an all-around, the ISF was just a nicer car. Everything worked better, and I was driving it 9 times out of 10 compared to the Galant. So when a car starts to sit, I kind of get the itch. I did see the Galant briefly at the 2018 shootout up in Ohio. That was like late summer 2018. And the guy who bought it had done some really good mods to it. He converted it to E85, which is something I wish I could do here. We just don't have E85 anywhere around here. But he had done some cool mods and driven it to the shootout. And so I just saw it briefly. I was just passing by the hotel and saw it parked there and whipped in. It was at night, so I couldn't really get any good pictures or anything. So I'm really sorry to disappoint you guys. I know you love that car. I miss it dearly too. You guys are probably just like me. If I had the space, I would just keep everything. I would never sell any of these cars. From the first car I've ever had up until now, I would just have them all in some giant pole barn. So another question I saw over and over in the comments was you guys saying, hey, where's the AZ1 and the Figaro posted for sale? I'm interested, or I'd like to share them with somebody. I really appreciate that very much. So that garage lineup video was put together a while ago. I started working on it in little chunks here and there, and I just meant to post it sooner, but I don't know, worldwide pandemic, and I got behind on it. So both the Figaro and the AZ1 sold in late February. I posted them about the same time on Facebook, and within the same day that I posted them, both of them sold. I really was fully expecting a longer process since they're unusual cars, but the same day I got multiple offers and things, and they sold instantly, so I was really shocked by that. I think that was actually for the best. I think if it would have taken weeks or months, I would have found myself second guessing the decision to sell them. So the fact that, they sold right away made it a little easier. But let me tell you, my kids are furious that I sold the Figaro. They wouldn't talk to me for a while. They love that car so much. I would pick them up from school in it, and it was like their favorite thing in the world to ride around in the Figaro around the country roads here. And they were just so upset that I sold that thing. I think they've gotten over it. I hope they've gotten over it by now. I don't know. I don't bring it up. A lot of you guys ask me, why do you like the Figaro? What do you see in that thing? And I think you just have to drive it and to experience it. I don't know. And part of it is just my love for that era of cars. And if you didn't grow up in that era, I could see it being kind of hard to relate to. But once you see the car in person, ride around in it, I've got my kids that love it a lot. I think all that sort of adds into it. Okay, next question. What happened to the Talon? I sold the Talon as a rolling chassis in January of 2014. Now the reason I did that was I had bought the Galant a little while before that, and when it came to Talon versus Galant, the Galant was just way more useful and practical. It was in better condition overall, and I just chose it over the Talon. So I found somebody who wanted the rolling chassis for the Talon, and then I ended up using the engine and transmission from the Talon in the Galant later on, as most of you have probably seen. I did write up a little goodbye to the Talon on my website, and I'll post that link below. You can check that out if you'd like to see some pictures from back then and just a little story that I wrote about it. So I'm noticing a trend here. I'm clearly not good at communicating when I sell these cars or when they leave the garage. So I'll try to do better in the future. I think part of it in the past was, it just didn't feel like something that was worth making a video for. But not to mention that it's a hard process. I get super attached to these cars, and it's not something that I care to document, the thing leaving on a trailer or something. So I guess the combination of those two things is why I didn't really make those videos. But I have talked about selling these cars in other Q&A videos. I realize it's impossible to keep up with everybody's YouTube channel and stuff though. So hopefully this will help. Okay, let's do a quick lightning round. I'm just gonna scroll through some of the comments and answer them here. Let's see. Here's one from Jamie Schneider. I love how a Miata is Tom's third smallest car. Yeah, I was trending kind of small there. I think that really subconsciously was a garage space thing. So it's like, cars were getting smaller and smaller so I could fit them into the garage. Okay, here's an awesome comment from my man Tavares, and I'm sure many of you follow his YouTube channel. If you don't, please do. He's got an awesome series going on right now called Car Trek, and I've just enjoyed the heck out of that thing. I highly recommend it. He says, dude, let's hang out when all this craziness is over. I would love that. I've messaged with Tavares a couple times, and I would love nothing more than to head down to Florida and hang out with him. So hopefully we can do that after this whole pandemic situation's over. Here's one from X Zugzwang. Still sad about the VR-4. It was the car that made me sub. Nonetheless, still love your channel. Thank you for saying that and hanging in there. I know a lot of cars come and go here over the years, and I like a lot of different things. So if there's folks that like this type of thing or that type of thing, and that car comes and goes, I know it can be tough to kind of hang in there with a YouTube channel when that happens, but I really appreciate you hanging in there and checking out the other stuff I'm putting out. Here's one from my buddy Jaffro from the Jaffro Mobile YouTube channel. Tom, I'm pretty sure my Elantra is less safe than the Figaro. It's hard to let go of the cars we love, and my country won't let me put a barn on the 3rd acre. So a 90s Elantra is definitely an unsafe car. And so is the Figaro. And he says it's hard to let go of the cars we love. I couldn't agree more. I get super attached to cars, and it's always impossible to see them go. Here's one from Sloppy Mechanics. I love the variety in the lineup and can't wait for you to do some 800 horsepower hits in the truck. That's from Matt from Sloppy Mechanics, and I can't wait to do some 800 horsepower hits in the truck either. Here's one from NJ Ghost 34. Hard to believe Thunderbolt was finished over 5 years ago. Wow. I feel the same way. It's been 5 years since we got this thing done. Crazy. Here's one from my buddy Joe Wrenches. I'm excited for new projects from you, and I'm inspired to do an update video of my own. It's been a while for me as well. Thanks, Joe. It's good to hear from you. I know Joe's in the same boat as I am. He just makes videos when he has time and when he has time to go out in the garage. So, Joe, I look forward to any updates you can post, but totally understand that life is crazy. All right, everybody, that's all I got for you today. I just wanted to answer a few of those questions, and hopefully that clears some stuff up. So to wrap it up, I appreciate your awesome support you've given me over the years. And with that said, thanks again, folks. We'll see you next time.